Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's John with Flippin' Ain't Easy. And today we're going to cover something that just came out in the Seller Hub, and that is a notification talking about the seller news update for July 2025. So let's not waste any time, let's get to it. Now the seller news July of 2025 has a few things, tools you can trust, optimize your business, and grow your business. So let's see what this is all about. So as far as the transforming the tracking experience, this is a new tool that eBay has apparently put together, and that they've streamlined the tracking to provide sellers and buyers with a more intuitive and consistent way to follow deliveries. Now, what you need to know: tracking your sales is crucial for seller protection, enhancing buyer confidence, and improving overall business performance. It helps you and your buyers monitor shipments, minimizes "where's my order" inquiries and item not received claims, and contribute to a positive seller rating. We've listened to your feedback and redesigned the tracking experience across Seller Hub and the buyer shipment flow to make it more visual, unified, and easy to navigate. You'll see these changes around the end of July. So let's see if that actually happens, but let's hope. What's changing now for sellers? It's an enhanced visualization. Seller Hub now offers more consistent and intuitive tracking status visualization, such as on the view order page, making it easier to manage order shipments. And then on the buyer side of things, the unified delivery overview, so buyers now see all deliveries for an order in one comprehensive view, including separate tracking for outbound and return items. Updated order delivery status: if a delivery is delayed, buyers will see a clear status update, reducing uncertainty and setting better expectations. So I could see that being, more information you give the buyer, the less they get into panic mode. Panic mode means they file an item not received, an INR, and then of course now we're left going in, updating the tracking, even though eBay has it, and the clock is ticking on that package to deliver, or else we have to do something like refund the buyer. So more information will actually, I think, help the buyer side of things. So that seems to be a good thing. Now, the FAQs on this: how will the new tracking system help minimize item not received claims? Clearer, unified tracking helps buyers see exactly where their order is at every step, reducing misunderstandings and the need to file claims. Okay. What specific changes will I see in Seller Hub? You'll notice a simplified and more consistent tracking visualization, especially on the view order page. And how does unified shipment overview benefit buyers? Buyers will have a clearer understanding of their order's journey, seeing multiple shipments, orders, and returns in one view, and distinguishing between outbound and return tracking. So that's the tool that eBay has updated with this. End of July is the ETA on this. Now, the second part of this is optimizing your business. Now, I'm going to skip part of this because one of it is your monthly budget approach. So if you are doing a monthly eBay priority listings campaign where you do the cost per click on phrases or words, most of you aren't doing that. I'm not doing that. And if you are doing that, go check it out. But we're not going to waste your precious time going over something most people probably, even if you probably aren't the right fit. There are sellers out there that are a good fit for priority promoted listings, but most sellers just aren't. So one of the new changes is new conditions for everything in pre-loved fashion or used fashion, pre-owned fashion. What you need to know: earlier this year, we introduced new item condition options for pre-loved clothing. Your different conditions for used. Instead of just one used condition, there's multiple, resulting in an increase in buyer satisfaction. I don't know about that. I don't know if they've done a survey on that. Building on that success, these new options are now expanding across the rest of pre-loved fashion on everything from jewelry to sneakers. Starting on August 5th, so we're about a month away from that, you'll see these options on both your new and existing listings. They're designed to give buyers a clearer idea of your item's condition to help them shop with confidence, as well as helping you reduce disputes and returns for smoother selling experience. Once this change takes effect, any existing pre-owned listings will update by themselves, just by default to pre-owned good. You'll need to review and adjust these to the condition that best reflects your items. So now, again, it's not a good idea to allow eBay to just update your listings to pre-owned good, because you might have something that's really pre-owned but horrible. So it's over hyping your item to being something that it's not, instead of being pre-owned fair. Versus you have something that's pre-owned excellent, now it's good because you didn't update your listing, and it's undervaluing your item, and maybe you're trying to fetch a certain price for it, and if it's as pre-owned good, the buyer may not want to pay that. Now, build more trust with your buyers. Currently, you can select pre-owned when listing the condition of your pre-loved fashion items. Since it's such a broad term, buyers don't always know what to expect, which can lead to disappointment, disputes, and even costly returns. We don't like those INADs. To enhance transparency and help prevent these issues, we're introducing 3 new options to better describe the condition of your pre-loved fashion items. These are pre-owned excellent. Now, eBay's definition, they finally have come out with the definition. They really didn't have one last time. But their definition of pre-owned excellent is like new, with little to no visible signs of use. The item is in excellent condition with minimal signs of use, such as faint surface marks, gentle creasing, or light wear in the fabric. Any subtle imperfections should be clearly shown and described in your listing. The next one is pre-owned good. That's what eBay will default. If you don't change anything, this is what eBay is going to default you at. Pre-owned good, gently used with light signs of wear and or visible flaws. The item is in good condition with some signs of use, such as minor scuffing, light scratches, softening of materials, or small pulls. All imperfections should be clearly shown and described in your listing. And the last one is, and this is sort of the bottom of the barrel, pre-owned, is pre-owned fair. Well used with heavier signs of wear, visible flaws, and or missing or damaged components. The item shows noticeable signs of use, for example, worn edges, discoloration, visible scratches, or missing details. All flaws should be clearly shown and described in your listing. These clearer condition options will help buyers make more informed purchasing decisions, resulting in fewer issues, more positive feedback, and a better experience for both you and the buyer. Including these conditions will also give your items more visibility in the search when buyers are filtering by condition, helping them find exactly what they're looking for. Again, they're looking for pre-owned excellent, and you let it default to pre-owned good. They're never going to find your item. So the next step, these conditions will be available in your new and existing listings coming August 5th. On this date, any pre-existing or any existing pre-owned listings for pre-loved fashion items will automatically change to the pre-owned good condition. You'll need to review these to make sure the condition accurately reflects each item. Now, if you have a lot of clothing, and I know this is a big concern, if you have a lot of clothing items, man, that's a lot to go through and to give a ranking, I guess you'd say, right? You have 3 different levels of pre-owned, and that's a lot of work. Now, you may just say, you know what? For any current item I have, I'm just going to let it default to pre-owned good, and I'll just let the chips fall where they may. Now, eBay does have a way for you to edit your listings, but again, you got to go through each one of those and evaluate what real condition that actually is in. Now, the FAQs, which categories will the new condition options be available for? So here we go. Here are the categories where this applies. Women's bags and handbags, women's accessories belts, handbag accessories, ID and document holders, keychains, rings and finders, organizers and day planners, wallets, men's accessories, bags, belts, ID and document holders, keychains, rings and cases, wallets. You have kids accessories, boys, girls, baby, watches. You have jewelry, fine jewelry, men's jewelry, vintage and antique jewelry, children's jewelry, all jewelry, just anything that's jewelry. Shoes, men's shoes, women's shoes, baby shoes, girls' shoes, unisex shoes, baby shoes. And so it's pretty much clothing, accessories, and shoes. Think of it that way. How do I bulk edit? You go to Seller Hub in the Listings tab. You'll go in and select the items that you want to edit. There's a series of boxes down the left side. And you'll select the listings you want to edit. Click on Edit. and it'll take you to revised listings where you can go through and find where condition is, and then it'll give you in the drop down, instead of just saying used, it will give you the pre-owned and the 3 different conditions that we talked about. What happens if my item condition I've selected doesn't accurately describe my item? If your item condition is inaccurate, it can prevent your listings from appearing in relevant search results or lead to increased returns, INADs, right? And negative feedback from buyers, potentially affecting your seller standards. We recommend reading through the definitions and choosing the condition that best represents your item. How about if a buyer wants to return an item because the item condition wasn't as expected or described? If this happens, we recommend working with your buyer to resolve the issue to avoid a case closed without seller resolution. Well, no, eBay's thinking it's going to get that far. If you work with your buyer and send them, either send them a label or have them open a return, it should never get to case closed without seller resolution. Will eBay protect me if a buyer wants to return an item because the item condition wasn't as expected? If a buyer requests a return because the item condition wasn't as expected, we'll be offering temporary protections for item not as described return requests. So it seems like they're going to be giving you a grace period on INADs. If your item not as described rates result in your service metric rating changing to very high due to this condition update, we'll be offering temporary protections. Please continue to handle any returns to avoid this case closed without seller resolution. So what they're saying is, if this change now leads to a lot of INADs, let's say I'm not changing anything. Maybe you have a lot of stuff that's maybe in the fair category, for kind of being honest. I mean, everyone kind of grades their stuff a little bit better than it actually is. But if you're selling fair items, but eBay's defaulting it as good, you get INADs because buyers expecting the eBay definition of your item, and it's it's showing up more on the fair side. You can end up with a lot more INADs. And what eBay is saying, if they find that because of this change, you just didn't change anything, they're going to give you a grace period. It doesn't say how long, but they're going to, if you get very high, what probably will happen here is they'll probably kick the can down the road a month or two and kind of give you a warning saying, your metrics are very high. Please do what you can to change this. I've seen this before on one of my accounts where I was very high on INADs, and it is one of those things where they give you a little bit of time to correct the issue. The last thing is growing your business. Now, seller refurbished condition to be discontinued in selected categories. So update your listings to used or apply to join the eBay Refurbished Program to continue listing as refurbished. So I suppose there are some categories where you don't have to be a member of the eBay Refurbished Program to sell as refurbished. So you have an item that's refurbished, maybe you bought it that way or you refurbished it yourself. And in the past, I guess currently, at the time of this video, you're able to go in and select refurbish and maybe it's just a little mark up from saying it's used or pre-owned. Well, now you're going to have to be a member of eBay Refurbished Program to even use refurbished label, or you're just going to have to do it as used. Now, what you need to know to improve buyer trust and clarity, we're expanding the eBay Refurbished Program and phasing out seller refurbished item condition in select categories. Effective August 5th, listings under seller refurbished in select categories will no longer be supported, and we'll take a look at the list of categories here. If you use a third-party tool to manage your listings on eBay, we recommend working with your service providers to provide your listings, an update to your listings, or create new ones. Sort of like the issue that we had below. Now, you can see it's trying to open up an Excel file. I don't know if I like that, but take a look. There's so many conditions that are introduced here that I'm not going to waste your time, but just take a look. I'm going to try to slide this over a little bit so it's easier to read. At least my mug isn't in the way. But you can see here that, man, there's a lot. Home and garden. So there's all kinds of things that fall under home and garden. You can just see down that left side, there's just a ton. So pretty much home and garden, business and industrial, electronics, a lot of you electronic sellers out there, fashion, lifestyle, and collectibles. So those are the 6 main categories, but there's subcategories in here that are affected as well. Let's see. Here's some more detailed ones if you want to get into the weeds with this. But baby, business and industrial, cameras and photos, computer tablets. That's home and health and beauty, home and garden. I have a lot of home and garden stuff. Music, instruments, and all that. Now here's the thing: sporting goods. What this is saying is that by default, it was giving anyone a chance to use Refurbished. Now you have to be a member of the program. So now what you need to do to keep your listings active, change any seller refurbished items to the affected in the affected categories to used, right? So if you're not signing up for any eBay program, they must be used, not seller refurbished. After August 5th, any remaining listings with seller refurbished item condition will be automatically put over to used, and any listings with errors will be ended or not shown. So it's going to be ghosted. If you use the third-party tool, they already said that. Join the eBay Refurbished Program. So now eBay wants you to join the eBay Refurbished Program. Now I'm a eBay certified refurbished seller, if you want to call it that. You have to apply. Now, to take advantage of the 3 item conditions, excellent refurbished, very good refurbished, and good refurbished for your listings, you can apply to join the eBay Refurbished Program by clicking the link that I'm going to show you here down below. The program enhances the shopping experience by ensuring consistent quality, seller standards for refurbished products. Approved sellers gain exclusive access to program grades, benefiting from improved visibility and mark of approval on relevant listings. Now, you can click on this link to apply now. I'm not going to log in here. Maybe, you know what? I'll do that. See if I could log in for you. My computer wants me to go jump through hoops, as long as it's not going to make me play the CAPTCHA game. So you can go through this. Here's the eBay Refurbished Program application. You go through and enter all this information, what categories you want to sell, what brands you would like to sell, which conditions best fit your inventory. Current inventory, if you have a URL for a website, a third-party website, additional information. So this is where you would tell eBay why you want to join the program. And here's the kicker. You see this? I understand if I meet the minimum requirements before approval, that I will be required to sign an NDA and follow the vetting process. Now, here it is, guys. I've never been given an NDA. They said they're going to have someone contact me. This is like a year ago. They said they're going to have someone contact me to sign an NDA, and I've never seen one yet. Never got a message from eBay saying, here's the document we promised you. And what they don't tell you when you click send on this, by clicking send, you are, when you hit agree right there, you are kind of, in their eyes, signing the NDA, meaning that you're not going to talk about whatever they tell you after this. So once you hit send, they're going to more than likely kind of go through and give you kind of an instant approval, and then they're going to tell you about the program and all the things that go into it that I haven't talked about, because indirectly I think I've signed an NDA. So that's something, if you want to do, you can kind of do it, but just know that eBay doesn't want us talking about it. So I think, and this is my opinion, that you're able to get a little bit more money if you clean it up, make sure it works, have all the accessories, put it in its own box. Don't use the beat up nasty box. Put it in a fresh new box, unmarked box. Then you can get a little bit more money for that item than if you just sell it pre-owned. So something to think about. The FAQs on this, why is eBay making these changes to Refurbished? We're updating our refurbished listing standards to create a more consistent and trustworthy experience for buyers. The eBay Refurbished Program ensures products are fully functional, professionally inspected, and accurately described, which helps buyers shop with confidence and helps sellers increase visibility and trust in their listings. Now, what happens if I don't update by the 5th? They're going to automatically take your seller refurbished listings and put them over to used. And again, how do I apply? You can find the link. You can search for it. You can find it, guys. If anything, just find this link here for the July update. So really not a whole lot here, if I'm being honest with you, but I think it's still good to know about anytime eBay updates their tools, anytime eBay updates their conditions, anytime eBay updates things that you might be using, like refurbished. Maybe you are into refurbishing certain items within all those categories. Maybe you're into that and you've never had to sign up for an eBay refurbished program. Well, now it's either you're going to have to use the use condition or considering going in and joining. And I know somebody who's joined it. I've joined it, and it's really not that big of a deal. It's actually kind of cool. It requires you to do things maybe you wouldn't do, and I'll let you find that out because I can't talk about it. But in the end, I have seen higher prices on things that are refurbished, and honestly, I haven't had a return yet. Knock on wood, particle board. I haven't had a return yet on a refurbished item. So something to definitely consider. So there it is, the July seller news or seller update 2025. Let me know down below if you have any questions. I'll be glad to try to answer them. If you found this information useful, please hit that like button. I'd certainly appreciate that. If you enjoyed this content, if you enjoy the updates that we put out, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so that when we make another video or go live, you're going to be notified. Well, guys, staying on top of the monthly updates that eBay provides us, at least it's a good thing, right? They're being they're communicating with us, right? So that's a good thing. But figuring it all out by yourself, well, we're here to do that for you and at least kind of navigate you through that. But figuring it out is yet another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. Want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you here very soon. Take care.
Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain. What can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy, by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the things that are within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy, by your side. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. Flipping ain't easy, by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the things that are within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. Flipping ain't easy, by your side.